5'9" junior, averaging 10.3, and Ann Schutz, 5'9" senior, averaging 6 points per game. The guards are Kevin Bellman, 5'5" senior, averaging 4.5, and Marissa Drexler, 5'4" sophomore, averaging 13.9 points per game. It's Schuster and Ermatinger on the center jump. It goes to Newman, and the Cardinals bring the ball into front court to our right. Don's open in a half court man-to-man. Here's Holmberg passing downstairs to Hollis. The ball slapped loose, but Newman gets it back. Finke goes back inside to Hollis. Short jumper is missed. A fight for the rebound. It comes down to Ann Schutz of Columbus. Don's first possession. They bring the ball into front court to our left. And a half-court trap will result in a violation as Bellman brings the ball across the center line, then passes backwards to Drexler. Marissa had 1 foot in backcourt, so the Dons called for over and back. Here's Newman back on offense. Kelsey Finke near the center line. Schuster on the far wing. She's defensed by Katie Ermatinger. Tough assignment there. Fisher near side goes back in the corner to Finke. Now they lob inside for Hollis, and there's a foul called on Maliver, who reached around Hollis to bat the ball loose, and Brenna called for her first foul and the first team foul. And Greg, Newman really presents some tough defensive matchups for the Dons tonight. If the Dons are going to stay in man-to-man, you can see that Newman really wants to spread the court and really isolate either Hollis or Schuster inside. Fisher into Schuster. Turnaround in the lane, up and no good. Brenna Maliver rebounds for the Dons. Drexler has the basketball. Comes across the 10-second line, harassed by Fisher. Bounces near side to Bellman. Cross-court feed to Schutz through her hands and gets it back in the corner. Drexler from the far wing resets. Newman playing half-court man-to-man. Marissa stopped on the far side, needs some help. Bounces the ball around a bit. It's tipped away. She gets it back. Shovels it back outside to Bellman. Finke on her very tight. Kevin dribbles in the lane. Kicks it cross-court past Ermatinger, out of bounds. Dons suffer their second turnover. The Dons also make a change. 5'9" sophomore Nicole Rugsager, averaging 7.9 points per game, comes in for Marissa Drexler. Newman sets in front court to our right. It's Holmberg on the near side. Stacy Holmberg. Schuster out front on Ermatinger. Finke from the arc on the far side lets one fly. It's a two-pointer. A long two for Kelsey Finke, and Newman grabs a 2-0 lead. They put on some backcourt pressure. Kevin Bellman dribbling in backcourt, comes across the line on Finke. Rugsager to the foul line. Lobs inside. That pass is stolen by Newman. The Cardinals come back 2-on-1. Lead pass Hollis on the drive for the layup. Hollis scores it. The Cardinals lead 4-0. The Dons have opened this ball game with 3 consecutive turnovers. We've played 2 minutes. The Dons do not have a shot as of yet. Bellman across the line to Maliver on the far side. Hollis out to play her. Rugsager to the foul line, stopped. Bellman open near side for 3. Good! A high arching three-pointer for Kevin Bellman. She's now 3 of 11 this season on three-point tries, and the Dons are back to within 1. It's Newman basketball, and Finke on the drive, spins in the lane on Bellman. Baseline hits Schuster. Short jumper is missed, and the fight for the rebound goes to Kevin Bellman. Dons have the basketball. Columbus can take the lead with a basket here. Bellman lobs across the line to Rugsager. Nicole on the near wing looks for some help, goes far side to Bellman. Kevin baseline, rolls it inside to Maliver, knocked away, stolen away by Finke, but she walks with the ball as she makes her move towards the basket. And so Newman loses control. The Dons get to inbound at the center line.
Right now, Newman is playing some real strong, aggressive defense right now, man-to-man. They're switching screens and looking to trap whenever they can out high, really causing the Dons some problems.
Bellman comes across the line and gets a bump here, and that might go against Ann Schutz on a moving screen. I believe that will be the call.
Yeah, she was trying to prevent the double team from coming in the corner on the opposite side at half court. Gets called for the offensive charge.
First foul on Ann, 4th team foul. Newman gets the ball back, and Nicole Rugsager slaps the ball loose. It's picked up by Katie Ermatinger. Dons come back to forecourt. Maliver at the center line is trapped, but finds Bellman along the sideline. Kevin picks up her dribble, Double team, lobs in for Ermatinger. That pass, though, is knocked down and stolen by Holmberg. The Dons have opened with 5 turnovers in this ball game in less than 4 minutes. Now Newman back on the attack, leading by 1. Hollis outside the arc. Looks back out front to Schuster. Ermatinger guarding her. She'll spin in the lane. Lean in. Underhand shot is missed, but she's fouled on the play. Val Schuster, 6'1" junior, real talented ball player, showing some great moves. And drew a foul there on Ann Schutz. That'll be 2 fouls on Ann and the 3rd team foul. Val Schuster is a 70% foul shooter for the year, and she is shooting 2. Her first try is good. And here comes Marissa Draxler in for Ann Schutz. 4.5 remaining, first quarter. Newman leads 5-3.
And Schuster showed her versatility right there. She had the ball at the top of the key. You know, you just think of her just as a post player, but she was able to attack the basket from outside.
She also converts the second free throw. Newman back up by 3. Applying some pressure in backcourt. Nicole Rugzager has the ball. Lobs across the line to Katie Ermatinger. Passes into Drexler. That pass was stolen, though, by Newman. The Cardinals on the breakout. Schuster got the lead pass and lays it in. Dons with 6 turnovers in less than 4 minutes, and Newman leads by 5, their biggest lead. The Dons hurry back to front court. Bellman on the far side going down the lane to the baseline. She'll shoot offline. Rebound to Maliver. Back up, no good. And claimed by Val Schuster. It's a breakout for Newman. Lead for Fisher, and she's knocked down by Drexler on the drive. A call on Marissa, her first foul and the 4th Columbus team foul.
Right now, just look at the Dons know where the pressure is going to come from next when the girls are setting screens. Again, they're switching, so there really is, it's almost like a matchup zone that Newman is playing. I think right now it has Dons confused.
It's Newman back on offense, leading by 5. Hollis along the far sideline. She's a 6-foot senior. Out top Schuster. She'll launch a 3-pointer. It's offline, however. The rebound tipped around. It's on the floor. It comes to Fisher, tied up by Rugzager. Possession will go to Columbus. Dons coming length of the floor, trailing by 5. Heavy pressure from Newman, but a lead pass for Bauman breaks it. She's going down the lane on 2-on-2, gives to Maliver. Short jumper rolls off, and Schuster rebounds for Newman. She'll hand back to Finke, and here come the Cardinals back up the floor, leading by 5. Kelsey Finke into forecourt, defense by Kevin Bellman. Holmberg on the near side. Can't attack, comes back out top to Fisher. Out front again, Finke. Defense by Bellman, starts to make a move, cut off. Fisher has an open baseline, drives, layup, she overlays. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Hollis. It will be Columbus basketball.
Now, right now, even when the Dons are able to break the pressure by Newman, the nice thing that Wausau has going for it, they've got Alex Hollis at 6 foot defending the basket, which takes away a lot of shots.
Dons bring in Miranda Fleischman, 5'9" junior, replacing Katie Ermatinger. Dons down by 5, facing some Newman pressure. Marissa Drexler moves across the timeline on the far side to the baseline, and she gets bumped there on a switch by Schuster. Val Schuster called for her first foul and the first team foul. Dons inbound, sideline front court. We played 5 minutes. Columbus trails 8-3. Fleischman hands to Rugzager on the far wing. Dribbles once, picks up her dribble, finds Drexler between the circles. Marissa starts to drive to the dotted line, pass near side to Bellman. Kevin drives inside, throws the ball cross court past Rugzager, out of bounds. At 7 Columbus turnovers in the first 5 minutes and 15 seconds of this ball game.
Columbus can't be afraid to still try to attack inside the basket. Looks like they're looking for a first shot that shows. Got to be patient. Even if you get a few shots blocked, you may also draw some fouls.
It's Newman basketball. Hollis on the far side. Maliver out to play her. Comes out top to Holmberg. Pass in the lane to Finke. She goes up below the basket and missed the lay-in. And the rebound tipped out of bounds by Schuster. And Columbus will retain possession. More girls basketball tomorrow night here on WDLB. The Marshfield Tiger girls in Schofield against DC Everest. Coverage begins at 7:10 tomorrow evening right here on WDLB. Newman again applying pressure. Kevin Bellman has the basketball, starts up the floor. Will cross the timeline along the far sideline, finds Fleischman. Baseline Rugsager, 15-footer up and no good. Kicks out long and claimed by Holmberg of Newman, and Nicole a bit too aggressive. Rugsager called for a foul, her first foul and the 5th Columbus team foul.
You can see with Columbus, they want to set a ball screen to break the pressure, but all that happens then when the girl's going to set the ball screen, her defender's coming with her, and it brings them right into a trap. So you got to look to be able to break the press one-on-one.
Newman back on the attack, leading by 5. Holmberg looking for Schuster downstairs, bounces it down there. She turns and walks with the basketball, making a nice move around Fleischman, but took an extra step in doing so. That's Newman's second turnover. Here's Jenna Meyer coming in for the Dons. 5'5" junior, averaging 2 points per game, and Kevin Bellman gets her first rest of the evening. 2 minutes to play, first quarter. Dons trail 8-3. Columbus moving into front court to our left. Meyer across the line on Finke. Brings it back out top, bounces to Drexler near the center line. Marissa one-on-one with Fisher. Gets a screen from Fleischman. Needs some help now. Finds Rugsager. Nicole fakes the 3. Fleischman in the corner. Right back to Rugsager on the far side. She has an open lane. Drive. Short jumper off the glass. No good. Tipped high in the air, and Rugsager comes away with it. Dons reset. Drexler, a 3 is good. Marissa Drexler scores a 3 off the offensive rebound. Her 15th three-point basket this season. Dons back to within 2. It's Newman basketball, and here's Finke on the near side to Holmberg outside the arc. Bounces out top again to Schuster. Near side, Fisher gets it back. To the foul line, cross-court Finke. Dons in a man-to-man. Schuster picked up by Fleischman. Back out top again, Holmberg, 60 seconds of the period. Newman by 2, Fisher baseline. Hands out to Schuster for 15-footer, and she nails it. Nice outside shot by Val Schuster, who shoots 52% from the floor. Newman leads by 4. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Dons to forecourt. Here's Jenna Meyer in the center circle, really harassed by Finke. Rugsager in the far corner. Passes downstairs. Maliver goes up and is hit and fouled. And that may be on Schuster, which would be a second foul on Val Schuster, and the second team foul. Nice move by Brenna Maliver. And by the way, Brenna is struggling on the foul line this year at 48%, but she'll get 2 free throws here.
Yeah, as you said, nice move. She had just a real nice basket cut. Caught the Newman defenders with their head turned.
Brenna set, and her first free throw is no good. 33 seconds remaining. First quarter, Dons trail 10-6. Jackie Bertram, 6'2" senior, averaging 4.7 per game, comes in for Val Schuster. Brenna Maliver with a second foul shot for the Dons. And this shot goes up, and this one also no good. Kicks out long to Holmberg. Ahead to Fisher, 30 seconds in the period. Newman has the basketball. Fisher out front on Drexler. Starts to drive in the lane, cut off. Finds Holmberg, right back to Fisher. Here's Finke on the near side, but we have a 3-second violation as Hollis is in the lane too long. Newman turns it over. The Dons bring in Sam Cito, 5'8" junior, averaging 3.8 per game, and Jenna Meyer will sit. 20 seconds remaining first quarter. Newman by 4. Drexler in backcourt, gets a screen from Maliver, bounces back to Brenna, near side Rugsager. 10 seconds in the period. Drexler back out top. The ball goes through her hands, but she snares it at the center line. 5 on the clock. Maliver gets the ball, drives the lane, banks it up, no good. Rugsager rebounds and is fouled on the putback. And the Dons will get free throws here with less than 1 second in the period. That call is made on Stacy Holmberg. It's her first. And the third team foul, Nicole Rugsager, only 2 of 7 on the foul line this season, shooting 2. And her first try is round and out. Final seconds. First quarter, Dons trail 10-6. Nicole Rugsager with a second foul shot. She shoots, it's good. Dons within 3. Newman will just inbound the basketball, touched by Finke, and that ends the first quarter here at Columbus High School. Our score is Wausau-Newman 10, the Columbus Dons 7. We'll come back with second quarter action in just a moment. Columbus Dons hanging in there against the powerful Newman Cardinals, trailing by 3 after one quarter.
Yeah, they able to hit a couple of big three-pointers to keep them in the ball game in spite of their turnover troubles. Hopefully second quarter they can get settled down a little bit against that pressure and get some better shots.
It's Newman basketball in front court to our left. Hollis gets a big screen from Bertram, drives, cut off. Holmberg back out top, starts to penetrate at the dotted line. She'll fire off the glass, no good. Ball tipped in the corner and tracked down by Bertram. She flings it back outside again. Finke near side, three-point try, up and no good. Fight for the rebound, it comes to Cito. Ahead to Drexler, front court to Maliver, behind the defense. She drives but missed the lay-in. Ball tipped in the corner, Rugsager has it for Columbus. Outside Fleischman, a short jumper up and in for Miranda Fleischman. Dons back to within one early in the second quarter. Newman back to forecourt. Dons continue to play half-court man-to-man. They may stay with that with Schuster on the bench. At the foul line, Hollis inside to Bertram for the lay-in. A nice, well-done pick and roll by the Wausau-Newman Ball Club, and they again lead by 3. Drexler comes back to forecourt for the Dons along the far sideline to the corner. Fakes a jump shot from the arc, comes back outside again to Rugsager. Nicole in the circle will fire away. He'll miss it short, and the long rebound tracked down by Holmberg, and she's run into by Rugsager. That's 2 fouls on Nicole Rugsager and the Dons' 6th team foul. Jenna Meyer will return for the Dons, and Rugsager will exit. Early second quarter, 12-9 lead for Newman. Katie Ermatinger also comes back in for the Dons for Sam Cito. Well, yeah, Rugsager is now leaving. She got the message late that she was no longer in the lineup, and now she has a seat. And Newman moves back to front court, leading by 3. Finke to Holmberg on the near side. Pass back out top, goes past Fisher. Grab near the center line, though, by Hollis. Fisher takes it back, picked up by Drexler on the defense. Fisher has an alley to the baseline. Hands there to Bertram. Short jumper rolls out. Ball's on the floor. Meyer tries to grab it. It's still loose, and finally comes to Fleischman. Dons come away with it. Drexler to front court. Bounce pass into Meyer is tipped loose and stolen by Newman. Marissa tried to thread the needle that time and was kicked away by a Newman ball player. Cardinals have the ball back, leading by 3. Holmberg to the near side. Tries to feed inside to Bertram. She's not available. Finke on the near wing, defense by Drexler. Fisher back out front to the dotted line. Inside feed to Bertram. Short jumper overlays. Ball's on the floor. Meyer has it for Columbus. Jenna leads the breakout to front court. Holds on the far sideline. Hits Fleischman outside the arc. Miranda still holds it. Finds Drexler. The far sideline. Lobs back to Fleischman. Dumps it baseline to Ermatinger. Katie back to Fleischman. Right back outside Drexler, who fakes a long 3. Don's looking for some patience here. Into Maliver. Baseline jumper, no good. And the ball rebounded by Stacy Holmberg. Front court feed to Fisher. Here's a 2-on-2. Fisher drives on Drexler, misses the shot. Maliver comes back to rebound for the Dons, ahead to Meyer. Columbus runs back to front court, and the Dons want a timeout. Dons take their first timeout. We have 5:11 remaining in the second quarter. Newman leads this ball game by a score of 12-9. And tomorrow evening, the Columbus Dons boys basketball team heads to Wausau for Marywood Conference action against the Newman Cardinals. Game time is 7:30. Other Marywood...
Capitalize a little bit, get the ball inside, and be able to swing the ball or attack off the dribble and get some more open shots for some of their shooters.
Should be a good second half here. Columbus and Newman with a real strong Marywood Conference girls game this evening at Columbus High School. Our halftime score, Newman 19, Columbus 13. We'll start the third quarter in just a moment. Newman leads by 6 as we open the second half here at Columbus High School. Cardinals have the basketball in front court to our left. They go inside to Schuster. She's in that lane, leans in, shoots on the run, misses, and Ann Schutz there to grab the rebound for the Dons. Long front court feed, Maliver behind the defense, missed the lay-in, however. Schuster lost the rebound, and then she fouls Schutz as Ann takes the ball away. Didn't see much of Ann Schutz in that first half due to foul difficulty, but she grabs the loose basketball and draws a third foul against Val Schuster, the first Newman team foul. And on the free throw line this year, 33%. The Dons just 1 of 4 in that first half, and they continue to struggle on the foul line where they're only shooting 48% for the year. Schutz is ready. And her first shot is offline. Early third quarter, and the Dons trail Newman 19-13. One more free throw for Ann Schutz. It is up, and this one rolls around, falls out. Schuster grabs the rebound. Dons now 1 of 6 on the foul line tonight, and they trail by 6. It's Newman ball. Holmberg, high post to Hollis, into Bertram. Turns, shoots over Ermatinger, no good. Gets it back, lays it up and in. Rebound basket for Val Schuster. She's got 8. Newman leads by 8, their biggest lead. Bauman coming up the floor. Into forecourt, to the circle, to the foul line. She'll shoot, and Finke blocks her shot partially. It's then tipped out of bounds by Ermatinger, and Newman will retain possession.
And it looks like Newman has made a real concerted effort to come out the second half and get the ball inside. Yeah. And they've come down on the first 2 possessions. Schuster's touched it every time. Yeah. Schuster
really calling for the ball in the interior. It's Newman ball once again. Holmberg out top hits Hollis, far side to Fisher. She'll bounce it downstairs to Finke, broken up by Bauman, knocked over the end line out of bounds, and Bauman hits it last. The ball will stay with Newman. Early third quarter, Newman leads 21-13. Cardinals inbound in the far corner. Fisher comes into Finke at the far hash mark, and she'll bring it back out top on Bauman. Bounces to Hollis on the far wing. Don stay in that man-to-man. They go into Bertram. She'll turn, shoot over Ermatinger, and it's good again. 10 for Schuster. She's been in double figures in every Cardinal game this year. Newman now leads by 10, their biggest lead of the ball game. Don's ball, Bauman going right to the basket for a lay-in. Kevin Bauman sees an alley, right to the hole for 2. Kevin has 5, Dons trail by 8. Newman comes back to front court. Hollis again on the far side, wants a screen from Schuster. Pick and roll, Schuster gets it back, lays it up and in. Easy pick and roll basket for Val Schuster. And once again, the Cardinals go up by 10. Drexler in backcourt, starts up the floor on Fisher. Moves across the timeline to the near side, lost control of the dribble. Picks it back up, now needs some help. Looking for a teammate, finds a Schutz on the near side. And holds it outside the arc. Needs some help, lobs in the lane. Drexler has it, she'll drive on Schuster and lay it in. Good job by Marissa Drexler. Dons again trail by 8, 5:50 remaining, third quarter.
You can see Schuster recognized she had 3 fouls and backed away a little bit, so she didn't get number 4.
Schuster at the high post shoots a 15-footer, and it rolls in for Val Schuster, who has opened this third quarter with 4 consecutive baskets to again give Newman a 10-point lead. Drexler in backcourt, gets a screen from Maliver, moves across the line. She has an alley right to the basket, gets bumped and knocks down Schuster for an offensive foul. Marissa Drexler called for her second foul, first team foul, and the Dons' 12th turnover of the night.
I know we talked in the pregame about maybe Val Schuster being looked at. I just noticed Wisconsin Badger assistant coach Donna Freitag down the front row here.
Oh.
I'm guessing she probably isn't here to watch a Central Wisconsin game for the heck of it.
No, probably not. 5:25 remaining, third quarter. Newman leads Columbus 27-17. Cardinals in the attack zone at the high post. Finke rolls into Schuster again, turns, one-hander up and in. 10 points for Val Schuster in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. Newman leads by 12. Bauman in backcourt finds Schutz and comes across the timeline. Bauman back out top, one-on-one with Finke, gets a screen from Fleischman, rolls it back to Miranda at the high post. She'll fire, it's offline, and rebounded by Hollis. She'll give to Finke. Newman has it back, leading by a dozen, their biggest lead of the night. Fisher, far side to Hollis once again. Wants that pick and roll, but this time doesn't give it back to Schuster. Finke on the near wing. Comes back out top again to Fisher. Cross-court pass to Holmberg. Short jumper rolls out. Bellman there for the rebound for the Dons. Columbus ball. Drexler comes across the timeline, and Columbus wants a timeout. The Dons take their second timeout. We have 4:25 remaining in the third quarter. Newman 29, Columbus 17. And we'll return to Columbus High School in just a moment. Dons have their biggest deficit of the night, trailing by a dozen. Columbus ball, front court to our right. Kevin Bellman along the near sideline. And Schutz in the corner, drives on Fisher, is turned away. Bellman gets it back into the corner, lobs back to Schutz, and fires a foul line jumper, no good. Fleischman there to grab the rebound, tries to put it back up, it's knocked loose, and Newman comes away with it, but Schutz makes a steal at the center line. Bellman has it back, shoots an 18-footer, no good. Ball loose below the basket, claimed by Schuster, ahead to Fisher. She has a 2-on-2, hands back near side Finke, pull-up jumper away and no good. Ball's on the floor, claimed by Holmberg. She drops it, comes to Drexler, ahead to Bellman. Kevin has a breakout. She'll drive, lay it up and in. Bellman was 7, and now Newman wants a timeout. The Cardinals will use their first timeout of this ball game. 3:45 remaining in the third quarter. Newman 29, Columbus 19, and more basketball in just a moment. Columbus down by 10 midway through the third quarter. Newman has the ball. They break a press. Holmberg near side to Fisher, stands outside the arc. Wants to go inside to Schuster. She now gets it on Fleischman. Turns, 10-footer up and no good. And Rugsager pulls in her 5th rebound for the Dons. Ahead to Rugsager from Fleischman. Nicole comes near side to Sam Cito. Gets a screen from Maliver. Rolls it back inside to Brenna. And she gets bumped as she attacks the basket. A call coming here against Newman.
Go work hard, boy.
That call made on Alex Hollis. Second on Hollis. Second team foul. Bertram and Brost back in for Newman, for Hollis and Fisher. Drexler out, Meyer back in for Columbus. Dons inbounding, baseline front court, trailing by 10. Fleischman into Rugsager. Picked up quickly by Holmberg. It's slapped loose, picked up by Fleischman in the corner. Pass in the lane, though, is stolen away by Finke. Dons lose possession. Finke comes back in the offensive zone for Newman. Bounces far side to Bertram. Holds it. Maliver comes out to play her. Now gives back out top again to Holmberg. Cross-court pass. Here's Brost at the foul line, turned away. In the corner, here's a jumper from 15, no good. Schuster rebounds, back up and in. Easy weak side rebound basket for Val Schuster, who has 18, including 12 in this quarter. Dons trail by 12, coming back into forecourt. A very aggressive half-court man-to-man defense by Newman. Cito comes out top to Rugsager. Nicole bounces near side to Cito, back to Rugsager on the near wing. Waits for a cutter, can't find Fleischman, back out top, Cito. Meyer on the far wing. Newman very aggressive. Rugsager out front once again, wants Maliver. She'll turn on Bertram, go up and is fouled on the floor by Bertram before a shot. Second foul on Jackie Bertram, third Newman team foul.
And once again, good strong move by Brenna Maliver inside, getting the ball in the post. A nice entry pass, and she makes a good strong move to the baseline, making good things happen.
Dons inbound, baseline front court. Rugsager outside the arc, launches a 3. It's offline. Weak side rebound to Finke. She comes up the floor hurriedly along the far sideline to the baseline. Off balance shot, no good. Cito gets back to grab the rebound for Columbus. Ahead to Meyer. Long front court pass to Rugzager is broken up. Nicole gets it back into Meyer. Back out to Rugzager to the foul line. Cross court Maliver. Rugzager back out top. Starts to penetrate, is cut off. Meyer on the near sideline. Once again, very aggressive half-court man-to-man defense. Into Rugzager. 10-footer is up and in. Nicole Rugzager gets the basket. Dons down by 10. Columbus applying some pressure in backcourt. Holmberg comes across the timeline for the Cardinals. 90 seconds in the period. Finke out near the center line. Picked up by Cito. Finke still holds it to the near side. Wants Schuster, not available. Fleischman bountying her, and Fleischman knocks the ball away on a pass inside, but Miranda apparently reached around Schuster and caused some contact there, and Miranda Fleischman called for her first foul, second team foul.
And that was just a good use of Val Schuster with her feet, just keeping the defender Fleischman on her backside. Didn't allow her in front.
Newman inbounding. They throw the ball into backcourt. There's a race for it. Finke gets there before Cito. And the Cardinals come back into the attack zone. Finke across the line. Far side hits Bertram. Gets a screen from Schuster. Wants Val back, but there is some contact. Maliver a bit too aggressive there. And yes, it is a foul called on Maliver, hitting Bertram. Second foul on Brenna. Third team foul. Katie Ermatinger returning for Columbus for Brenna Maliver. Dons do not have anybody in foul difficulty. Nobody with more than 2. Newman inbounding at quarter court. Pass comes to Brost along the far sideline. Defense by Meyer. To the circle, going all the way down the lane. Left-hander up and missed. Ermatinger grabs the rebound for Columbus. Long front court pass, though, is stolen by Finke. Final minute, third quarter. Dons trail by 10. Newman has the ball back. Holmberg on the near side. Back out top. Goes inside to Schuster. She's stripped of the basketball by Ermatinger. Katie comes away with it. Good defensive play. Ahead to Meyer. Jenna goes baseline. Lobs cross-court. Fleischman drives, throws it up and in. Nicely done by the Dons, who trail by 8. 25 seconds in the period. Finke up the far sideline will cross on Cito. Double team there. Needs some help. Ball tipped away, and we're going to have a 5-second count against Newman. Good defensive pressure by the Dons.
Excellent trap right there by Jenna Meyer, just following the play. And you could tell that Finke knew she was coming behind, so she picked her dribble up so that it didn't get picked from the backside on the tap. And just a nice job of the trap in the corner by the Dons.
17 seconds in the period, so Coach Hart gets Drexler and Maliver back in the game. 2 offensive players for Meyer and Ermatinger. 17 seconds in the period. Inbound pass lobbed up, grabbed by Drexler at the center line. She'll cross with 14. Near side Fleischman with 12. Final seconds, third quarter. Pass inside to Maliver, broken up and picked up by Newman. Cardinals have it back, 6 on the clock. Gross going down the lane on Fleischman, and Miranda bumps her for a foul. Second on Fleischman, 4th team foul. Newman will inbound, baseline front court, 2.5 seconds in the period. Ermatinger will report back in for the Dons and replace Maliver. We'll see how Newman plays this inbound play. They're inbounding baseline front court. Their players lined up near the foul line. And Gross looking, still looking, lobs way outside to Bertram, far side Schuster, a 3-pointer, up and in. Quite a play there by Val Schuster, who now has 21 points, 15 coming in that third quarter. And that play ends the third period here at Columbus High School. Our score is Newman 34 and Columbus 23. Will return with fourth quarter action in just a moment. Newman leads by 11 as we start the fourth quarter here at Columbus High School.
An outstanding third quarter there for Val Schuster as she scores all 15 of the points for the Newman Cardinals. She goes 7 of 9 from the floor, including that 3 at the end.
Dons have the ball in front court to our right. A pass inside, though, is broken up and stolen by Finke. That's 16 Columbus turnovers tonight. Newman back on the attack, leading by 11. Holmberg on the near side, hits Bertram, lob in for Schuster. She'll turn on Ermatinger, and Bauman comes from behind to steal the basketball, but Kevin, I believe, commits a foul on that attempt. That'll be on Kevin Bellman. Her first personal foul, the 5th team foul.
An excellent help down by Kevin right there, realizing that every time Schuster is going to her right, they want to make her see if she can go back to her left a little bit.
Newman inbounding underneath Schuster. She's open. Layup no good, however, and Ermatinger grabs the rebound for Columbus. Front court to Ann Schutz. The ball goes right by her, out of bounds.
Don't bat out and catch it.
Good look down the court for the Dons, just a little bit offline, pass a little bit low. Had the layup if they get the pass.
That's 17 Columbus turnovers tonight. Early fourth quarter, 11-point lead for Newman. Don's putting on some pressure. Finke has the basketball. A high dribble, finds Fisher. Right back to Finke, double teamed in backcourt. Fisher gets it right back. Tries to cross on Drexler, does come across the timeline. Lobs on the far wing, the ball goes back to Finke. She'll drive the baseline and miss it. Schuster flies in, misses the rebound. Maliver pulls it in, but walks with the basketball. And so that gives it back to Columbus.
It was just a matter of Columbus looking down court a little too quickly after getting the rebound. Didn't get quite pivoted around all the way.
Newman inbounding, baseline front court. Fisher into Bertram. She gets bumped, however, as she receives the inbound pass. And a Columbus foul here on Brenna Maliver. Third on Brenna. And the 6th team foul. Miranda Fleischman returning for the Dons, replacing Katie Ermatinger. Newman inbounding, baseline front court. Fisher will look and come into Bertram in the lane. Jump shot off the glass and in for Jackie Bertram, her first basket. It's a 13-point lead for Newman. Dons come to front court. Early fourth quarter, we have a bump here on Fisher, as she gets a bit aggressive and moves in front of Ann Schutz. Gina Fisher, second foul, 4th team foul.
I don't think Coach Weinkauf agreed with that call. I'm just having a little enjoyment watching him on that one.
He was jumping around just a little bit. Thought Bill Ullman was back in the building. Columbus ball, Bauman along the near sideline, into Maliver, an open lane to the basket, but she missed the lay-in. Schuster comes back for the rebound. Ahead to Finke. Here's a 4-on-1. Finke drives, goes inside to Holmberg. She misses it, gets it back and lays it in. Holmberg's second basket, and now Newman leads by 15, their biggest lead. Bauman walks the ball across the timeline. Gets a screen from Maliver. Pass downstairs to Fleischman, broken up by Schuster and picked up by Finke. Breakout for the Cardinals. Finke on the drive, layup good. Finke with 9. Dons want a timeout here. Columbus timeout with 6:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. And Newman leading 40-23. Will return in just a moment. Newman now up by 17, their biggest lead of this ball game. 6:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Newman still applying some pressure in backcourt. Maliver coming back to help out. Ahead to Drexler. Marissa breaks the press, comes to front court. Fleischman near sideline. To the baseline, turned away by Schuster. Comes out again to Drexler. Pass back out top is loose, but picked up by Bauman in the circle. Kevin backs it out. Pass near side, broken up by Holmberg and knocked out of bounds to Columbus. Sam Cito will return for the Dons for Kevin Bellman. 6 minutes left in this ball game, and Newman leads 40-23.
Stacy Holmberg and Gina Fisher have just done an outstanding job all night guarding Marissa Drexler, not giving her any open looks at all.
Marissa goes below the basket, reverse layup miss. She tips it outside where it's grabbed by Finke. Newman has the ball back. They're on a 6-0 run to begin the fourth quarter. Finke across on Cito, going down the lane all the way, running one-hander missed, and Cito there to grab the rebound for Columbus. Drexler has it back, comes across the timeline on Holmberg. Bounces back outside to Fleischman, right back to Marissa. She'll lob it in for Maliver below the basket for an easy lay-in. That's only Brenna's second basket tonight. Dons trail by 15. Once again, here comes Newman back to front court. Fisher outside the arc to Bertram in the far corner. Bounces into Schuster, turns on Fleischman, can't get the shot off. High post Fisher, back to Schuster, and Schuster fouled going to the basket. And she'll get a couple of free throws here. Miranda Fleischman on the foul call, her third, 7th team foul.
Again, just a good heads-up play right there by Newman. Schuster is well defended out on the short corner, so she gives the ball up on a little cross-court pass and then just, again, dives right to the lane.
Schuster shooting 2. The first is good. She's got 22 tonight. The third time this season she scored 20 points or more. 41-25. Newman up, 5:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. Schuster's second foul shot also good. And Newman again leads by 17. Drexler in backcourt will cross the timeline. Come to the near side. Back out top to Cito. Rugsager on the far wing to the baseline. Starts to shoot, but it's knocked loose and picked up by Fisher. Front court feed to Schuster. Comes up 2-on-1. Cross court to Finke. Her short jumper good. Kelsey Finke with 11. And Newman now up by 19. 4:45 remaining. Don's ball, and as Rugsager comes across the line, she's called for a palming violation. Abby Brost back in for Newman, replacing Kelsey Finke. Cardinals have only played 7 players tonight. They lead by 19, their biggest lead with 4:45 remaining. Newman has the ball back in front court to our left. Gina Fisher one-on-one out front with Marissa Draxler. Far side to Bertram. Maliver out to play her. Bertram dribbles back out top, hits Holmberg, near side Fisher to the baseline around Drexler for the lay-in. Fisher, nice use of the left hand, gets her first basket, and Newman up by 21, their biggest lead. Columbus ball, Drexler drops the ball off her foot, out of bounds, and the Dons suffer their 20th turnover of the night. Jenna Meyer returning for Columbus, replacing Marissa Draxler. And on the Newman side, Ashley Kafka, 5'6" sophomore, averaging 1 point per game, replaces Stacy Holmberg. 4:15 remaining. Newman on top, 46-25. Newman ball, Kafka has it, comes into forecourt for the Cardinals, stopped on the near wing, passes downstairs to Schuster, lobs back outside again to Brost. Far side Fisher with it. Back out front again, Kafka to the foul line, hits Schuster down low. She's open on Fleischman, and Miranda fouls her from behind. 4 fouls on Miranda Fleischman, the 8th team foul. And Schuster gets 2 more foul shots on the line to our left.
Little clear out right there basically for Newman, playing a 2-man game on one side of the court with Fisher and Schuster, and just nowhere for the help to come from on the weak side.
Schuster shooting 2, misses the first. Halfway through the fourth quarter, Dons trail 46-25. Katie Ermatinger returns for the Dons for Miranda Fleischman. Now Schuster's season high, 28. She has 23 so far this evening. Her second free throw also missed and tipped in the corner and knocked out of bounds by the Dons as both Maliver and Ermatinger go after it, and neither can control it. Newman will retain possession, and they'll inbound baseline front court. Fisher will look. Still looks, lobs outside to Kafka. Far side hits Schuster, one-on-one with Ermatinger. Brost in the circle, going down the lane, leans in, left-hander is missed. Rugsager flies in for the rebound, and we have some contact and a foul on Newman. Call made on Abby Brost, her first foul, 5th team foul. Dons coming length of the floor, trailing by 21. Maliver in backcourt to Cito. Back across the line to Maliver once again. Cito gets it back. Rugsager in the near corner. Cito looking in for Ermatinger. Knocked away from her, picked up by Rugsager. She misses a 15-footer baseline. Long rebound claimed by Meyer, and Jenna is hit and fouled as she tries to dribble outside. Ashley Kafka on the foul, her first 6-team foul.
There's just no really easy looks for the Dons right now.
No.
Newman's still playing, no matter when they bring in some fresh bodies, still playing just tight man-to-man.
Inbound pass comes to Cito. above the arc, hits Meyer. Jenna going down the lane is stopped. Maliver gets it back on the near wing. Now Cito near the center line, still very aggressive man-to-man defense. Here's Meyer. Jenna goes baseline, leans in and shoots, but there's a foul called on the inside. So I think Jenna was bumped as she made that, or she attempted that shot. Kafka gets her second foul, the 7th team foul. Dons go into the bonus, and Jenna Meyer will shoot free throws for Columbus. This is a 1-and-1. Meyer on the foul line to our right. And her first try is no good. Ball in the corner and will go out of bounds to Newman.
That had been a good possession for the Dons, though. Jenna had made a great backdoor cut with Newman overplaying real hard on the defensive end. They end up getting a nice look.
And Schutz back in for Columbus for Brenna Maliver with 3:15 remaining. And Newman on top, 46-25. Dons still apply backcourt pressure, and the pass is loose, goes cross-court out of bounds. We'll see if a Columbus player tipped the ball. Apparently not. That's a Newman turnover, their 9th of the night. So the Dons retain possession, and they will inbound baseline front court. Schutz will throw it in and come out top to Meyer. Far side to Cito. Sam holds back out front to Rugsager. Ball knocked away, but a foul called here on Brost. Second on Abby Brost, 8th team foul. Dons are just 1 of 7 on the foul line tonight, so they'll try to make up some room here. But first we have some changes for Newman. Hollis comes back in, and Allie McManus, 5'9" senior, comes in as Bertram and Schuster both leave. Nicole Rugsager, 1 of 2 on the foul line tonight, shooting a 1-and-1. The first try off the back of the rim and out, and pulled in by Hollis, stolen by Meyer, and then Jenna fouled, passing back to the outside. That call made on Alex Hollis of Newman, her 3rd, 9th team foul, and Jenna Meyer back on the foul line for a 1-and-1. This free throw shooting has been a real problem for the Dons this year, below 50% for the season. The first by Meyer is up, and it rolls out and pulled in by McManus. 3 minutes to play, Newman by 21. Gross comes to front court for the Cardinals. Back out top, Fisher to the dotted line. Passes inside, knocked down though, and stolen by Schutz. Meyer back into forecourt for Columbus. To the near side, going down the lane, cut off and throws the ball away. A steal for Fisher. Newman has a 2-on-2, lead for Brost to the baseline. Backs it out of there. Comes back out top again, Fisher. Into Hollis, short jumper good. Alex Hollis was 6, and Newman leads by 23. Columbus on offense in front court to our right. Meyer out top to Rugsager, open, shoots from the arc. It rolls out of there. A fight for the rebound, the ball knocked out of bounds and goes to Columbus. Dons retain possession. They'll inbound baseline front court. Schutz will trigger it in. And Ann looks for Cutter, finds Meyer. Ball knocked away from her, though. Comes outside to Fisher. Here's a breakout for Fisher. She'll drive to the lane, is cut off. Comes back outside again. Brost at the foul line. Fisher on the arc. 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Pass down low, knocked out of bounds by Schutz. Newman leads Columbus 48-25. Only a 6-point lead for Newman at halftime, but the Cardinals broke it open in the third quarter. Miranda Fleischman reports back in for the Dons, replacing Katie Ermatinger. Newman inbounds, baseline front court. Hollis comes in far side to Brost in the lane. She'll try to get the ball up to the basket, but was stripped away as she drove towards the basket. We have a Columbus foul here. Miranda Fleischman picks up her 5th foul. Miranda fouls out with 1:57 remaining. She leaves with 4 points and 2 rebounds tonight, and Katie Ermatinger comes back to replace her. Abby Brost, 47% on the foul line this season, and she'll shoot 2. Cardinals are 4 of 6 on the foul line tonight, all of those by Val Schuster. Brost is ready. Her first free throw is good. 1:57 remaining, and Newman leads 49-25. 30-12 edge for Newman in the second half. Second free throw also good by Brost, and Newman leads by 25. They still apply pressure in backcourt. Meyer looking to come in, finds Rugzager. Nicole up the far sideline, across the timeline, far wing to Ermatinger. Katie in the lane, hooks it up with one hand and banks it in. Basket for Katie Ermatinger, her first points of the night. Dons trail by 23, a minute 40 remaining. Pressure from Columbus in backcourt. Kafka gets a high arching pass, comes across the line, drives the lane, falls down, and I believe she slipped. She'll be called for a traveling violation. That's 10 Newman turnovers tonight. The Dons have 21, and that's been a problem for Columbus this evening. Schutz inbounding to Rugzager, ahead to Meyer. Jenna comes across the 10-second line, Schutz down the lane, drives, hooks it up off balance and misses. The rebound to Hollis of Newman, ahead to Fisher. Comes up 1-on-2, she'll drive on Cito and Rugzager and lay it in. 25-point lead again for Newman. Columbus on the attack. Meyer out near the center line. Wants a screen from Cito. Lobs to Sam on the near side. She's open baseline. Has it stripped loose. Gets it back. And tips it back outside to Meyer. Schutz on the near side. Final minute. And holds the basketball. Cross-court Rugzager at the free throw line. To the baseline. Shoots on the run. It rolls out of there. Ermatinger tracks down the rebound for Columbus. Gives to Meyer. Kicks back outside again. Schutz outside the arc for three. It's good. And Schutz with her first three-point basket this season. Dons trail by 22. Columbus applying some pressure. We have a Dons foul here as Kafka comes up the floor. And Sam Cito called for her first foul, the 9th team foul. Ashley Kafka, 1 of 3 on the foul line this season. Shooting free throws for Newman. Kafka, a sophomore, her first attempt here is no good. 33 seconds remaining. Stacy Holmberg, a starter, comes back in the ball game for Newman for Gina Fisher, who's holding her stomach. May have injured herself in some way. Kafka gets one more foul shot. This one is away and good, her first point of the evening. 33 seconds remaining, Newman by 23. Meyer takes the inbound pass. Moves across the 10-second line for the Dons. Kafka defending her, still very aggressive. Ermatinger outside the arc on the near wing. Pass in the lane past Meyer and stolen by Kafka. Newman back to forecourt with 15 seconds to play. Here's Brost, top of the circle. Going down the lane, kicks it back out in the corner to McManus, right back to Kafka. She'll drive inside, scoop it up and miss it. Hollis rebounds, back up and in. And that will end this one. 2 seconds left. The Dons let the clock run down, and the Newman Cardinals, with a very strong second half of basketball, win this one by 25. Our final score, Newman 55, the Columbus Dons 30. We'll have a full recap on our post-game reports coming up in just a moment.